Man, y'all need to stop listening to these internet tough guys and start listening to the nerds. We got Solomon Nelson. He sounds like the guy who reads the charges right before the judge slams the gavel. And he is breaking down Clavicular's Cybertruck incident.
If Rick X, the person on the bonnet, succumbed to his injuries, then Clavicular faces an escalating ladder of homicide charges. The most immediate charge would be vehicular homicide under Florida Statute Section 782.071. Reckless driving means driving with a willful or wanton disregard for safety. Driving forward with a human lying on your bonnet could certainly be argued to meet this standard. Second-degree murder under Florida Statute Section 782.04, subsection 2. This charge applies when a killing is committed with a depraved mind regardless of human life. The Florida Standard Jury Instruction defines a depraved mind as acting with ill will, hatred, spite, or an evil intent. Clavicular's posting an illustration of the incident with the caption, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes," supports the feeling that the impact wasn't accidental. The post suggests that he believed that the victim deserved to be hit. Combined with his comment, "Is he dead? Hopefully."
Is he dead? Hopefully.
Listen to the list of charges this man is facing. It sounds like a grocery list for a psychopath. Vehicular homicide, aggravated battery, second-degree murder, first-degree murder. Bruh, you went from rating faces to facing life in 30 seconds. You went from Looksmaxxing to cell-maxing. Solomon breaks it down. He says first-degree murder requires a premeditated design, and then he plays the clip, the smoking gun. Before the crash, Clavicular is on stream saying, "I want to kill each and every one of these guys." Bro, you announced your intent to the world. You can't say, "I want to kill them," and then run them over 10 minutes later and claim it was an accident. That is premeditation recorded in 4K. Clavicular gave the prosecutor the easiest layup in history. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A, the defendant saying he wanted to catch a body. And the weapon? A Tesla Cybertruck. He tried to kill a man with a stainless steel refrigerator. He tried to kill a man with a geometry project. Passenger, is he dead? Clavicular, hopefully. Game over. You can't argue self-defense when you are hoping for the mofo to guy. Your Honor, I was scared for my life, but also I really hope his shoes came off. This dude is so lost in the sauce, so lost in his Joker arc that he snitched on himself in real time. Solomon is reading the statutes like he's reading Clavicular's obituary. Section 782.04, you are fucked. This ain't a legal breakdown. This is an autopsy of a career.
The investigation could also escalate to first-degree murder, which under Florida law requires a premeditated design to effect the death of the person killed. Clavicular's statement prior to the crash, "I want to kill each and every one of these guys,"
I want to kill each and every one of these guys.
sounds fairly damning. Premeditation doesn't require days of planning. According to Florida's jury instructions, the law doesn't fix the exact period of time that has to pass between the formation of the premeditated intent to kill and the killing. Instead, the requirement is simply that the decision must be present in the mind at the time of the killing, and that the time was long enough to allow reflection by the defendant. Stating a specific desire to kill the group, and then using a deadly weapon to run over a member of that group, would seem to provide evidence of this killing after consciously deciding to do so.
Then, Solomon brings up a term I ain't heard in a minute, depraved mind. He says second-degree murder applies when a killing is committed with a depraved mind, acting with ill will, hatred, or evil intent. We hear the crash. We hear the body hit the metal. Passenger, is he dead? Clavicular, hopefully. Bro, you just gave the district attorney his closing argument. You can't argue self-defense when you are wishing for death on the live stream. That ain't fear. Fear sounds like, "Oh shit, did I hit him? Is he okay?" Depraved mind sounds like, "Hopefully he's dead so I can go play Call of Duty." Solomon says this proves it wasn't an accident. It proves he wanted to do it. He treated a human life like an NPC in a video game. Wasted. He thinks he's being cold and stoic. Nah, bruh, you are being incriminating. You are talking your way into a 25 to life sentence because you want to sound cool for the chat.
If Rick X survived, then the baseline charge would be aggravated battery with a deadly weapon under Florida Statute Section 784.045. In Florida, an automobile is legally considered a deadly weapon if used in a manner likely to produce death or great bodily harm. Intent is also a requirement for battery. Given the video evidence, as well as the subsequent social media post, intent to strike can easily be inferred. Despite Clavicular's recounting of events, the video shows no visible firearms and nobody surrounding his car. A jury looking strictly at the footage might conclude that running over a pedestrian was a disproportionate response to a non-lethal, albeit very annoying obstruction.
Clavicular told his fans, "There were armed people surrounding my car. I saw guns." Solomon plays the video and says the video shows no visible firearms and nobody surrounding the car. There was no gun. It was just a dude being annoying on your hood. Solomon says being a nuisance is legally distinct from carjacking. Translation, you can't kill a nigga just cause he's annoying. If being annoying was a capital crime, every YouTuber would be on death row. You would be on death row. He had options. He could have locked the doors. He could have driven 2 miles per hour. He could have called the cops. Instead, he chose rapid acceleration. He chose violence. He tried to use the stand your ground law, but he wasn't standing his ground. He was running over the ground. He panicked. He got emotional. And because he has the emotional maturity of a toddler, he used the truck as a fly swatter. And now he's realizing that streamer logic doesn't work in the courtroom. But Judge, he was stream sniping me. Sir, you are going to prison. But the nail in the coffin, the thing that makes me think this kid actually wants to go to jail, the tweet.
The prosecution will argue that Clavicular didn't drive forward to escape a threat, but rather to end a feud. The stupid prizes post would seem to reinforce this view. It suggests that the running over was a punishment for the stalking, not a desperate survival tactic.
After the crash, after the cops let him go, for now, Clavicular goes home. He sits at his computer, and does he call a lawyer? No. Does he delete the footage? No. He creates an AI-generated image of himself in the Cybertruck running the guy over, and he captions it, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." Boom. Solomon Nelson looks at that and says, this suggests the running over was a punishment, not a survival tactic. Exactly. He memed himself into a conviction. He posted the motive on Twitter. I did it to teach him a lesson. You can't teach lessons with a 6,000-pound truck. That's the judge's job. He wanted to be cool so bad. He wanted to look like an anime villain. And now the prosecutor is going to print out that tweet on a giant poster board and show it to the jury. Exhibit C, the defendant mocking the victim he just paralyzed. He fumbled the bag for a retweet. He treated a felony like a content opportunity. That is brain rot. That is terminal internet poisoning.
If Recon-X succumbed to his wounds, then Clavicular faces charges ranging from vehicular homicide to first-degree murder. If Recon-X survives, then Clavicular faces aggravated battery or attempted murder. While Clavicular will argue self-defense based on a history of stalking and the claim of being surrounded by armed individuals, his own words and actions are his worst enemy. His pre-incident threat, his mid-incident malice, and his post-incident mockery paint a picture not of a terrified victim acting purely for survival, but of someone acting with punitive intent. Unless police find firearms on Recon-X to corroborate Clavicular's story, Clavicular appears to have documented his own road to a lengthy prison sentence.
So what is the verdict? Solomon sums it up perfectly. He says, Clavicular appears to have documented his own road to a lengthy prison sentence. That's lawyer talk for you are cooked. Unless the CSI team finds a phantom gun that the cameras didn't see, Clavicular is going away. He Looksmaxxed his way into a cell. So start practicing, Clavicular. Get ready for prison maxing. How to maintain your canthal tilt while dodging a shank. How to mew while eating prison loaf. How to keep your skin clear with toilet water. You wanted to be the main character. Congratulations, you are the main character in a court case. This is what happens when you think the internet is real life. You forget that in the real world, you can't just ban the haters. You got to do time for hitting them with a truck. I'm out. I'm going to drive my car, and if I hit someone, not tweet about my crimes.